Hello everyone, Radar with another grounded video. Today's video will be going over the Loom Room, or the Spinner Room, but it was called the Loom Room by Program Director Rob Azeron from Obsidian when they came to visit my world on my dev stream. I'll link that in the description below, by the way. When I was on the devs came to visit my world on March 3rd, and he called it the Loom Room. The room that he saw was a little bit different than this. I've expanded it, made it neater and cleaner. Now, I do have a build video for the Crimson Keep's main building. I will put that in the description below. That way you guys can check that out. There will also be a link for the tour in the description, and there should be a card up there somewhere. And you guys can click on that if you want to see the tour of the entire Crimson Keep, which is many, many buildings. But for this video here, we're going to do the Loom Room. So you saw I had those three foundations there, the blueprints, just to show that it is three sections behind the main building. And it's the downward ramp coming out of the middle of the main building is one to the side of this one here. Now it is 7 sections. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections wide. And there were 7 sections long by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections wide. And the easy way to count the sections this way is if you look at the roof pieces. I've got 3 regular roof pieces and then the 2 corners to make the 5. And I do have the spinners on the lower and the uppers. There's 80 of them in here in total, which is more than enough to hold your entire inventory and then some. So we'll go ahead and switch over to creative and go ahead and start building. So I'll be back in just a moment. Give me a second. All right, so here we are in the creative world. There's the main building for the Crimson Keep. This is the foundation that's 7 across the front and 5 down the side. So I can already just kind of get going there. There's already the ramp in the middle at the front and at the back. Let's go ahead and throw in those walls. You saw there was 2 walls to each side of the ramp. Just kind of give the half wall look. And it's about the only way we can do it at the moment. Hopefully those get added to the game soon. Gotta love it when they place wherever. Delete those out real quick. All right, each corner is just 2 foundations up from this elevated section, or 3 if you count the entire base. So if you count the base, 1, 2, 3, and then that's all the corners are. Is just, you know, real simple, clean build. And then across the sides, across the 5 side, not the 7 side, we're gonna close this in with just 1. Because that's where we're going to set up a row of spinners. And then directly centered, 1 section short of the door, or the entrance, is where we have another 3 foundations for the middle elevated area. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and put in these are some extra support walls. Decorative too, they're not really necessary, but they're decorative. It also just kind of helps keep it a little clean look for me. That's the way I like it. So now we'll go ahead and throw on the roof. This is going to be a very fast build. This is not a very, like, huge building, if I could just not fall off. And I'm not going to place all 80 spinners. We're not going to do that this video. I'll place a few. I'll probably do 1 row of 10, just to show how I did it. But that's it. The corner piece. And my cat is crying because she's not getting her treats, and she thinks she should because I'm sitting in my chair. She doesn't understand that she's not getting her treats. But that was Luna, by the way, for those who do not know. That is Luna, our tortoiseshell tabby, I think is what she is. My wife knows, I don't. Me, it's a cat. That thinks it's a dog. She's a trip. Roof pieces are always so much fun to place. I should be easier to do it from down here. Okay. Let me get rid of that 1 extra piece over there for whatever reason. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to do 1 bottom row and 1 top row, and then you just rinse, repeat all across. So the way I did this to make it easier for myself, to make sure they were lined up, I used blueprints, because in survival you can use the blueprints. So I didn't go too far to either edge. Obviously, you don't want to complete those and leave them because you'll wind up blocking yourself from being able to get in there. So I did put some lights here in the corners. I'm always a big fan of extra lights. There were also lights right here on the way in. And the rest of the lights are going to be mixed in with the actual spinners. And if you repeat this one side I'm going to show, you'll have more than enough light in the entire building. So I did 5 spinners, then a separator. For the top row, I did a box. Nothing in the box, I just did a box. And the bottom row, I did a light. So got to just kind of tweak that to make it all face the same way. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now before I put the box, I'm going to turn around and do the 5 from the other side. 1. They do need to be very close together, but they'll still look very nice and clean, even if you put them in super, super close. Now I have the 5 and 5. I put a box in here because at one point I planned on maybe storing stuff in here with them. That's changed, but I still leave the box because why not? And now I'm stuck. I can't get out. Hold on, I gotta delete this to get out. We watched a streamer get stuck in his own building today. There. Okay. So that is the upper row. And then I'll come back underneath with another row of 10. So I like to do the 10 so that I can, you know, I'm sitting there counting them. I don't know, it's just me. I like to have things in a numerics of 10. Pretty sure I didn't say that right at all, but whatever. 3, 4, 5. Turn around, do the other side. 2, 4. And so now you have your 5, 5. So you have 20 on each one of these little elevator areas. This area would be mirrored, and then you would just do the same thing on the opposite side. So you would have spinners here. Now this is where it gets tricky because one side of the foundation won't let you put all the way to the edge. You have to get it as close as possible. The other side will go right up to the edge. But you can still access those from down here. You don't have to be like, you know, crazy close. And yes, you can put the wheels sticking in there if you want. But like I said, you can still access the top row from the bottom as well. And like I said, for the lights, I just put one of these in here on each side. Each lower section is the 5 are separated by a light. There's always plenty of light in here. Like I said, get rid of these blueprints. You do not want to complete those, or you're going to have to jump over them to get in. So if you just do this, rinse, repeat all the way across, you'll wind up with more spinners than you'll need. It works great for doing a lot of silk rope or crude rope. If I need to do a bunch of crude rope, I go wherever I need to in the world, come back over here, throw them down. I will be building a second one of these loom rooms as they've been coined in another part of my world closer to Yellow Base, or the rock wall base. That will be linked in the description below as well. But that is it. It is a very simple, very quick build. It's nothing too fancy, but it looks clean. It's nice. It gets the job done. So if you guys like this content, would like to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on the bell for notifications. And until the next video, you guys have a good one.